So I was listening to a sermon a couple weeks back and I learned something fascinating. I'm going to share a brief story with you guys. In a nutshell, the sermon was basically about trusting God in the middle of a storm and hard seasons. And so he shared the story of how Joshua led the Israelites across the Jordan River and how after they crossed the river, some of them were told by God to go back and grab stones and then come back to where they were. And so it's like they were confused. God is telling us to go back into the middle of the storm in which we had just passed and got through? What? That doesn't make sense. You must be joking because we almost died. The stones represent a remembrance, like a memorial, if you will. And he wanted the people to remember what God had done, what God had brought them through. And I thought that that was so fascinating. Pastor spoke about doing his version of that, about writing things that God has brought him through in a journal. And so I took that for inspiration to write a big board and write all the things that God has brought me through. Like I took about 25 really big, horrible things that I've gone through in my life and wrote them all out. And I said, wow, God, look at what you brought me through. He told me it wasn't over then and it's not over now. If this touched somebody's heart today, type hallelujah in the comments.